Hey guys, AJ Flyfish Food. Got another tutorial for you. Got the Jiggy Mysis. It's a great little weighted pattern, helps those flies get down in some of those heavy currents right below Palisades. So tie them up, come up north and fish them with us, and we'll see you guys out there.
That's a big brown.
I'm gonna tie up one of my favorite little nymphy guys, the little jigged myses. Fish this below Palisades. Fish lots of myses down there. There's a deep reservoir, cold water. Fishes really well in the hot summer, so it's a great little thing to go do in the evenings or afternoons. And then fished a bunch of myses and back home in Colorado. So a few places to use this fly. Very effective, gets down quick. Very similar to most of your other jig style nymphs out there, but Mysis variation of it. So get started with some eyes. We're going to build our eyes with some Maxima Chameleon in a 15-pound. What I like to do is I like to use my vise, and I'll gently pinch my Maxima in there, and I will cut the sides so that way you can see there's two even lengths on each side of the vise, about the same length as the piece of the vise that's holding it. And I want to take my lighter and I want to gently melt back those eyes. And what I like about this system is that I get the same size of eyes almost every time I do this. Let them cool down a little bit. I'm going to take some black Sharpie, apply that to those little eyes. And then to help keep that Sharpie on there, we're going to put a little drop of Solar Res Bone Dry. A little excessive there. Try that again. Just the tiniest little drops on those guys. Zap that with our light. Cure those little eyes. Once we got those cured, we're going to take those little eyes off. I'm going to set them down. Try not to lose them. We'll set those guys there on the base. And we've got ourselves a little Jig Force short, size 16 or 18 on these guys, with a 2.3 or 2.8 offset bead. I like that offset bead. It helps it ride a lot more true. And we're going to start by putting on some Hunter Denier gel spun and get that bead packed into place. We'll tie in our eyes very first. What I like to do is we'll tie these guys with some X wraps. Not super tight to the bead, but kind of close to the bead. We'll X wrap those guys down. And then we'll get some tail fibers. White Coq de Leon is my go-to. Again, you can use kind of whatever synthetic you want, maybe even some sparkle or flash. Then I like to just measure that CDL to where I can tie it in. That tail is going to be about the same length as the hook shank. Tie that guy back in. Do some nice touching wraps back forward. Take off our access. Coq de Leon. And then, like I said, pretty simple bug. About halfway through already. I'm going to take a few little strands of some berry tactical micro flash from Fooling Mill. Just a nice tight little noodle on there. We're gonna do a couple more X wraps. Give you a nice little bright red, little red head right there by the bead. And then we're gonna collar this guy with some CDC. And actually we've got some nice CDC feathers from Fooling Mill here. Get a nice collar looking one. Kind of prep those feathers, get those little butts off of there. And we're going to take the feather prepper and blast that guy inside. We take our little Swiss CDC minis, pull those fibers out, trim those guys, stem out of there. And this is where you can do two options. You can split the thread, you can do a dubbing loop. I'll just split the thread here. Put that little tool in the split thread. Give yourself a nice twist. Bind all those materials into that gel spun. Makes for ultra durable collar. And then we're just gonna pack that in there right behind that bead. And do a couple whip finishes. Trim that guy off. And that's that. That's the Jiggy Mysis. It's got lots of flow, lots of action. Those little guys, they get crushed below those dams. So tie it, check it out, let me know how it goes.